Hi, my name is Jan Neuspiel, and I'm the owner of Island Alpine Guides and one of the guides with the company. So in this segment, we're going to look at various belay methods for multi-pitch climbing and the advantages and disadvantages of each method. Let's look at belaying direct off the anchor, but this time instead of using the Italian hitch, we're going to use a belay device in plate or plaquette mode. And this is something that's actually been around for a long time, but has only really gained popularity more recently. There are a number of devices that work in this mode. One of them is the Black Diamond Guide ATC. The Pezzo Reverso does it as well, and there are a number of them on the market. So the way that it works is that the device gets hung from the anchor by the upper of the holes. So we'll do that first using a locking carabiner. Then the next thing we do is we take the rope that comes from our climber. We're going to put a bite in that rope, and we're going to put that bite into the device where the climber is on top. Okay? So the rope that goes to the climber is on top as it goes into the device. And then another locking carabiner goes in behind the device here. And the way this works is that with the climber being on top, when it loads, it pinches the braking line down below. And what you end up with is a device that self-locks. So strictly speaking, the manufacturer will tell you still have to have a hand on this braking side, but the truth is that isn't going anywhere. And so what that means is that we can actually use a device like this to belay two ropes at once and actually have two climbers following up on the same pitch at the same time. So what are the advantages and disadvantages of this method of belaying? Well, it has the same advantages as the Italian or Munter hitch does in that it is a belay direct from the anchor, so it's separating you out from the belaying equation. You don't have any load on your harness. Also, like the Munter hitch off the anchor, it means that if you ever had to do a rescue, you're one step ahead because you're not having to transfer load to the anchor. It's already there. The disadvantages of this method of belaying, the first one is that this is stiffer than a Munter hitch. It takes more effort to pull a rope through it. That's one. The other disadvantage, and this is an important one to make note of, and that is that not only can you not assist a person through moves the way that we can with the redirected belay that we talked about before. In fact, if a person falls on some moves and wants to be lowered back down to try those moves, or let's say they've fallen on an overhang or on a traverse and they have to be lowered back down to climb, once this is loaded and locked off, it's quite an involved procedure to actually be able to unlock it and feed rope back through. So while this can be a great method for belaying, you need to be very careful not to use devices in this plate or plaquette mode on a pitch where a person could fall and need to be lowered to start climbing again. That's not to say that this isn't reversible and that you can't lower them, but it's not easy. So you do not want to choose this method to belay on a pitch where a person could fall into a position that they have to be lowered from to be able to climb again. And examples would be, again, overhangs or traverses, where a person falls off a traverse and ends up in blank ground that they can't climb.